Hello everyone. Due to the recent update to Pokemon Unite, I was encouraged to rank these Pokemon based on the category that I think each Pokemon falls under since Dragonite has been added to the game. Today I will be making a tier list. This one is fully opinionated of the Pokemon that I think belongs to each tier. This tier list isn't one that is very complex. However, 5 categories simply explaining where each Pokemon belongs. First on our list we have Absol. Some people may call Absol the assassin. I think Absol is the best speedster in the game right now. Last season Absol had a slight nerf to some of its attack, but I think Absol is ranked as A, which is impressive. Absol is one of the best junglers and also one of the best speedsters in the game. Second on the list we have Ninetales. Ninetales is very underrated in Pokemon Unite. Ninetales was one of my favorite Pokemon when I just started this game back in the beginning of Season 2. Ninetales only has one problem, and that is movement. Ninetales is not very agile. Ninetales doesn't have any dash, right? But I think Ninetales is pretty good in this game right now. I would rank up in the A tier. Yes, Blastoise is a very durable range defender, right? It lacks mobility, yes, but it serves its purpose, and I've seen it used many times in ranked competitions, and I think right now is at the A tier. Next up we have Blissey. Blissey is a Pokemon that excels at supporting its allies with moves that restore HP, cure status conditions, and empower allies, right? For now, I think Blissey is ranked in the B tier. Why? Because Blissey is very fragile, especially when it does not have soft boiled. Charizard is one of the better all-rounders in the game. Charizard is easy to use, especially for persons who are just playing the game, so I am recommending Charizard to persons who are just starting to play Pokemon Unite. In Charizard pre-evolution stages, it is not reliable, right? But I think Charizard reserves the B spot at the moment. Charizard is still a good all-rounder. Next on the list is Cinders. Cinders is not a very durable Pokemon, but it deals great amount of damage over a wide area. I've seen Cinders used in a lot of matches, ranked, standard, etc. Cinderace is very good. Cinderace deals a lot of damage. For now, I think Cinderace belongs in the A tier. Next up is Comrade. At one point I thought that this Pokemon would be better than it is right now based on the stats that it has in the game. However, I found Comrade Dive and Hurricane build very usable. For me right now, I don't think Comrade is one of the best Pokemon. Is one of the best attackers out there right now. You can hardly see Comrade being used in matches, etc. So for now, I think Comrade is a usable Pokemon in the game, and I would put it in the C tier. Crustle is one of those defenders that you can rely on to deal a good amount of damage. Crustle has Stealth Rock, which increases its movement speed, right? Which is effective, right? I find Crustle's Stealth Rock and X-Scissors build very usable. very good in the game, right? But for now, I think Crustle resides in the B tier because there are better defensive Pokemon in the game than Crustle. Next on the list, we have Decidueye. Decidueye, who is being referred to as the sniper Pokemon, right? Decidueye was released back in 2 updates. Decidueye is a very squishy Pokemon. However, Decidueye deals great amount of damage across a wide area. Decidueye is not a good Pokemon in my opinion. I think Decidueye it got a little buff in this update, but I use it after the buff and I don't think Decidueye is good enough even to be in the C tier, right? I just think Decidueye is one of those Pokemon who can deal a great amount of damage. Once you get in close encounter with this Pokemon, it dies. So for me, I think D, which is bad, would be the best tier that describes Decidueye. Next up, we have Dragonite. In the Pokemon series, Dragonite was the powerhouse, especially in Fire Red version. My expectation was very high for Dragonite in this game. That expectation has not been fulfilled. I think Dragonite is not a meta Pokemon for me right now. I was disappointed last night when I was using Dragonite and I wasn't getting what I was expecting. However, I come up with a close range build for Dragonite, which is the Dragon Dance and the Outrage build. I don't like the Hyper Beam build. Dragonite for me is an impressive Pokemon right now. I have used it since its update, abused it, tested to see what this Pokemon is about. Right. I found its Unite move very intriguing, very interesting, especially when I trying to steal Articuno or trying to score a goal or trying to stop an opposition from scoring. But I think Dragonite is an impressive Pokemon right now. Eldegoss. Eldegoss is maybe the best supporter in the game, right? I am not a fan of Eldegoss one bit. I don't like Eldegoss. I don't like using Eldegoss, but I'm not going to be biased because this Pokemon is a supporting Pokemon and it does its purpose very well as a supporter. The role that it does in the game, I think it should belong in the A tier. Garchomp may have been one of the most overrated Pokemon in the game. Yes, Garchomp is good back in Diamond series, right? Garchomp is not a good Pokemon in my opinion. Last season Garchomp got a pretty huge buff, right? Buff to its attack, buff to its movement, buff to its stats, etc. I know many persons may disagree with me, but I think Garchomp is just a usable Pokemon right now. Gardevoir is one of my favorite Pokemon, right? I didn't like Gardevoir when I just started playing the game, right? Last season Gardevoir got a huge buff and it got a slight nerf this season. Gardevoir is one of the best range attackers right now, especially when it is used at the top lane, right? Gardevoir has some problems. It is very fragile and it is weak earlier on in the game. It has an insanely strong Unite move, right? Gardevoir Moonblast and Psycho Shot build along with the eject button is very good, and I am ranking Gardevoir as an A tier Pokemon. I'm not a fan of Gengar. I don't like Gengar in this game, and I think Gengar is bad. Being a speedster is about speed and attack, doesn't do enough damage, right, for me to even rank it at the C tier, right? But right now I think it sits at the bottom of the tier. When I just started playing this game, Greedon was released, and Greedon was so overpowered, especially when it used its berries to restore its life. Greedon is a very good Pokemon, right? I like Greedon as a Pokemon. I don't like playing against Greedon, right? However, due to the balance changes and nerf to Greedon, Greedon is still a good Pokemon and deserves the B tier category. Next on the list is the ninja himself, Greninja. Greninja is one of the popular Pokemons in the game. Greninja for me is like a trickster, right? Greninja is very good, right? Greninja is not very durable, right? But because of the attacks and the builds that can use on Greninja, it makes a Pokemon very powerful. Greninja is a top tier Pokemon. You have seen it used oftentimes when playing the game, and I'm ranking Greninja at A, which is impressive. I've however found the double team and water shuriken build for Greninja very good. Greninja deals a lot of damage, and trust me, you need to try him. Lucario is once the best Pokemon in the game, right? But Lucario is still very good, even due to the nerf that it gets. I don't use Lucario a lot, right? But however, I've seen teammates use Lucario, I've seen opposition lose Lucario, and Lucario is one of those Pokemon that you can rely on, right? Once you know how to use him. And for me, Lucario is in the meta section. Machamp might be the most underrated all-rounder of them all. I like using Machamp. Since recently I've been using Machamp and I have developed a build for Machamp which is close combat and submission, which is very good, right? I've used it in ranked matches and it's a good Pokemon. I'm not going to say he's not. He's just a bit underrated at the moment. But for me, he belongs in the B tier. Mamoswine. Mamoswine is one of the less used defenders up to the buff that it gets. Mamoswine is very useful, especially when the opposition is trying to score goals, right? Mamoswine can be that person who can prevent them, right? Because he's very tanky. He has status conditions that can freeze the opponents, right? For me, because of the buff that it gets last season, I am ranking it as a B tier Pokemon. Mr. Mime is among the best supporters in the game right now. Mr. Mime specializes in enduring opposition Pokemon with its tricky move. I found Mr. Mime Confusion and Guard Swap build pretty good, along with choice specs, special attack specs, and wise glasses. You need to try this out. I think Mr. Mime is still a pretty good Pokemon, still a pretty impressive Pokemon, and therefore it belongs in the A tier. Pikachu is the face of the entire Pokemon franchise. Pikachu, 2 seasons ago, Pikachu was a good Pokemon. I know a lot of persons may disagree with me right now on this, but Pikachu for me, it has great attack, but it's also squishy. Good movement, right? But I just think Pikachu is not good as it used to be, right? So I'm ranking Pikachu in the B tier. It would probably be at the end of this B tier. Slowbro for me is good at the bottom lane, right? But however, for a defender, Slowbro HP is pretty low. Trust me. So I think Slowbro is and belongs to the C tier. Next up, we have Snorlax. Snorlax is a meta Pokemon, no doubt about that, right? Snorlax doesn't have a lot of movement. There are times when I'm trying to score and every slam it just bounces me right out of the circle. And trust me, this Pokemon, it has great HP, right? Great HP. It's very tanky and belongs as a meta. Sylveon is effective against special attacks, weakening Pokemon's damage output while increasing both special attack and special defense. Sylveon is both good at the top lane and the bottom lane, right? However, Sylveon is difficult to use. Sylveon doesn't do enough damage to be an attacker, right? And for me, Sylveon belongs as a B tier. It is a good Pokemon. If you have never tried Talonflame before, you need to try Talonflame. Besides it being squishy, Talonflame is one of those easy to use go-to Pokemon, right? If you are just starting to play the game, right? I've abused and used Talonflame so much, right? Talonflame deals a great amount of damage. I've seen Talonflame being used in tournaments, in top ranked master gameplay, right? And I think Talonflame belongs at the A tier. Serena, which was added last season, is the best Pokemon in Pokemon Unite right now. Serena is so powerful that Serena can 1v1 every single Pokemon on this list. Serena is weak against crowd. It is a strong disabler. I think the best build for Serena is Drop Kick and Triple Axle. That's the build that I use, along with items such as Muscle Band, Focus Band, and Body Barrier. Is the best Pokemon in the game and deserves the meta spot. Venusaur for me is a meta Pokemon. Why? Because Venusaur, it deals eye damage, and not just eye damage at both long ranges and short ranges, right? And it also deals damage over a large area. The best move for Venusaur right now, I think, is the Pedal Dance and the Giga Drain build, along with items such as Body Barrier, Muscle Band, and the Tri-Spec. For me, Venusaur deserves to be in the S tier. Next up, we have Wigglytuff, a very annoying and very disgusting Pokemon who, once you come in contact with this Pokemon at very close range, it just puts you to sleep and just double slaps you until there's no more HP. Wigglytuff learns a lot of moves that can stop opponents in their tracks, making it well suited to using teamwork tactics with its allies in battle. Wigglytuff is best suited at the bottom tier. Wigglytuff, however, has a low HP, pretty good Pokemon to use if you want to take on the supporter role, and for me, it needs more to be impressive, but it is just flat a good Pokemon. Zeraora is a good Pokemon. Zeraora can eliminate multiple opponents, right, with its discharge. Zeraora is good early game on, right? Trust me, this Pokemon is just impressive. I am ranking it in the A tier. That completes my tier list for post Dragonite release. I know many persons may disagree with my ranking or how I rank my Pokemon. This is how best I think the Pokemon belong in each category. If there's any questions, any queries, just leave them in the comment section. Thank you.
Bittersweet and I'm walking slow, sensitive, feel the afterglow, looking for things that